Hey there, YouTube followers. This is Michael of Painting War Games, and today we're starting Blood Angels Codex Fast Attack Part 1, because I imagine this is going to be at least a two-part. So we're on page 78, and we start off with the Rhino, which is odd that it's a Fast Attack choice. I've never seen Rhinos in Fast Attack, or the other things that are to come. So, it's 45 points. It's a Rhino. It has Ballistic Skill 4, Front and Side Armor 11, Rear 10, and 3 hull points. It's a vehicle. It's a tank fast, and it has it's a transport. It has a Storm Bolter. It has overcharged engines. Which overcharged engines do what? It's on page 107. Vehicle with overcharged engines gains the fast unit type as described in the 40k rules. So I guess it goes faster, probably about 6 inches faster. So, okay. It has the special rule repair. If a Rhino is immobilized, then in subsequent turns, it may attempt to repair itself instead of shooting. If it does, roll a d6. On a 6, it's no longer immobilized, but note that it does not restore a hull point. Transport capacity is 10. It cannot carry bulky, very bulky, or extremely bulky models. It has 2 firing points, and it has 1 access point on each side of the hull and 1 at the rear for access points. It can take items from the vehicle or the Blood Angels vehicle equipment list, which never have looked at those, so I'd imagine it bears being talked about now. So it can take a dozer blade, it can take an additional storm bolter, it can take extra armor or hunter killer missiles. So okay, that's cool. It's a Rhino. Next one is Razorback. It's on page 79. It starts off with 65 points. It's the exact same stat line as a Rhino. But this one comes with twin-linked heavy bolter, has overcharged engines, searchlight, and smoke launchers. It can carry 6 models, none of which can be bulky, very bulky, or extremely bulky. It has no firing points, and it has 1 access point on each of the sides and 1 at the rear. It can take stuff from the Blood Angels vehicle list. It may also replace its twin-linked heavy bolter with one of the following: twin-linked heavy flamer for free, twin-linked assault cannon for 20 points, twin-linked las cannon for 20 points, or a las cannon and a twin-linked plasma gun for 20 points. It's not bad. How I've traditionally always run my Rhinos is I give them the twin-linked las cannon, but I do feel a need for the las cannon and a twin-linked plasma gun nowadays, so it's always cool. Moving on to the drop pod, 35 points, and it's on page 80. Drop pod is Ballistic Skill 4, front, rear, and side armor is 12, and it has 3 hull points. It's vehicle, which is open-topped transport. It comes with the Storm Bolter, and it has special rules. Drop pod assault. Drop pods and units embarked upon them must be held in deep strike reserves. At the beginning of your first turn, half your drop pods rounding up automatically arrive from reserve. The arrival of the remaining drop pods is rolled normally. So cool. Immobile. A drop pod cannot move once it has entered play, and it counts as all respects as a vehicle that has suffered an immobilized result that cannot be repaired in any way. This does not cause the lose of a hull point. So standard with the drop pod. Internal guidance system. If a drop pod scatters on top of impassable terrain or another model, friend or foe, reduce the scatter distance by a minimum required in order to avoid the obstacle. If the drop pod scatters off the edge of the board, it suffers a deep strike mishap. So pretty much the same. Transport can drop. It can bring in 10 models or 1 dreadnought of any type. Once a drop pod lands, all passengers must disembark and no models can embark for the rest of the game. So really standard, and it may replace the Storm Bolter with a Deathwind missile launcher for 15 points, and it may take a locator beacon. The way I'm planning on doing my builds is I'm going to be running drop pods with the locator beacon, so I'm going to make them 45 points a pop. Not bad. Next, we're on to the Landspeeder Squadron on page 81. So you get one of them for 50 points. It's Ballistic Skill 4, front, rear, and side armor of 10, and 2 hull points. Comes with a heavy bolter. It has the special riot rules Deep Strike. You may include 2 additional land speeders for 50 points each. Any land speeder may replace its heavy bolter with one of the following: a heavy flamer for free, or you get a melt-a-gun for 10 points. Any land speeder may take one of the following: a heavy bolter for 10 points, heavy flamer for 10 points, multi-melta for 20, Typhoon missile launcher for 25, and an assault cannon for 30. What is the Typhoon missile launcher? Okay, so this is actually kind of cool. I would upgrade them, the Landspeeder Squadron, to I would replace the heavy bolter with a multi-melta, and I would honestly take 3 of them in a squad. So for 180 points, you get 3 multi-meltas. Not bad. It's just, and they're fast, so first turn, I don't know if they have to arrive from Deep Strike, but if they can be on the table the first turn, they're up 12 inches. The gun is 24-inch range, and then land speeders can move 12 inches since they're fast. So you're within killing range of pretty much everything turn 1. So alright guys, this is, I'm going to stop there. That was Fast Attack Part 1, and this is Michael of Painted War Games. I'm signing out, and as always, keep gaming.